Morning, sir. I am Joey D. Pangasian from Baes 1B, and I'm going to report the School of Linguistics. What is School of Linguistics? Linguistics, put it simply, is the study of language, but in a scientific way. This means not just looking at the meaning of word in a language, but at how the language is formed, the context it is used in, and much more. What are the four main linguistics school of thought? One is functionalism, second structuralism, third generativism, fourth cognitivism. 1. Functionalism. This first school of thought focuses on how language is actual use in everyday life. Those who abide by functionalism look at language as just another tool of human to use, and those tend to focus on the function language and its different part have in our lives. The theories of functionalism focus on phonological, semantic, syntactic, as well as the pragmatic function of language. Number 2. Structuralism. Based on the work of Ferdinand de Saussure of Switzerland, structuralism is an approach to linguistics that focuses on the idea that language are fixed systems made up of many different units that connect with each other, and this school of thought marked a shift from historical linguistic analysis to non-historical analysis. Number 3. Generativism. The work of Noam Chomsky became the basis for the generativism approach to linguistics. It was originally a way to explain how humans acquire language in the first place, but soon it came to be used to explain the different phenomena that occur in all natural language. The generative theory of language suggests that in its most basic form, language is made up of certain rules that apply to all human and all language. Number 4. Cognitivism. The last linguistic school of thought on our list emerged in the 1950s as a reaction to generativism. In basic terms, cognitivism say that language emerged from human cognitive process. It challenged universal grammar by suggesting that grammar is not something that all humans can inherently understand, but rather it is learned by using language. In this sense, it is a bit similar to functionalism. However, the main focus of cognitivism is how language is based on meaning that the mind creates. Conclusion. A deep understanding of linguistics is behind the success of the company, which offer translation, interpretation, and desktop publishing services. Let's move to the next part, the major branches of linguistics. Branches of linguistics. Linguistics is the science of language. It is the subject whose practitioners devote their energy to understand why human language is the way it is. They study the history, acquisition, structure, and use of many languages as possible. There are 13 branches of linguistics. This is the list of branches of linguistics: literary linguistics, conversation analysis, dialectology, historical linguistics, language acquisition, morphology, phonetics, phonology, pragmatics, psycholinguistics, semantics, sociolinguistics, syntax. That are the 13 branches of linguistics. Literary linguistics. Literary linguistics is a branch of study that does exactly what is said on the tin. It is the interface between literature and linguistics. The great thing about this area is that it encompasses a whole range of topics, from examining the effect of reading on the brain to judging how political speeches can manipulate an audience. Conversation analysis. Conversation analysis arose as a discipline that helped us to delve deeper into the intricacies of conversation. It looks at the structural organization of spoken interaction, how people manage such as basic but complex tasks as taking turns, resolving problem like when one person talk at the same time as another, or misunderstanding and how they perform social action. Dialectology. Dialectology looks at different accent and dialect communities and how these linguistic varieties can differ in several aspects including vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation. It also looks at other speakers' attitude toward this variation, and one of the first things to define is the difference between an accent and a dialect. Historical linguistics. Historical linguistics, also called diachronic linguistics, is a field of linguistics that concerns the study of language change. It sounds similar to history of linguistics, and therefore the two areas are sometimes wrongly conflated. In fact, they are different subjects. Language acquisition. The acquisition of language is the greatest intellectual feat any of us is ever required to perform. How we acquired language is still one of the greatest biological accomplishments in human history. Language is part of what makes us human. No other species can develop language to represent action, object, feelings, and ideas, but most young children make it look easy. Morphology. Morphology is all about our mental dictionary and the words stored in our mind, the mental system of rules that help us form and understand words. The capacity of our mental lexicon is immense, and we benefit from this knowledge not only when we use existing word but also when we create or try to understand new word. Phonetics. Phonetics is a branch of linguistics that focuses on the production and classification of the words, speech sounds. The production of speech look at the interaction of different vocal organs, for example, the lip, tongue, and teeth, to produce particular sound. By classification of speech, we focus on the sorting of speech sound into categories which can be seen in what is called International Phonetics Alphabet, or IPA. Phonology. Phonology is the study of the pattern of sound in a language and across languages. Put more formally, phonology is the study of the categorical organization of speech sound in languages. How speech sound are organized in the mind and used to convey meaning. Pragmatics. The study of the practical aspect of human action and thought. The study of the use of linguistics, sign words, and sentences in actual situations. Psycholinguistics. Psycholinguistics, or the psychology of the language, encompasses so many different aspects of language, from language acquisition to syntax and semantic phonology and morphology. with current and future technological advances and with the collaboration of other disciplines, psycholinguistics aim to advance our understanding of the human brain. Semantics. Semantics is a sub-discipline of linguistics which focuses on the study of meaning. Semantics tries to understand what meaning is as an element of language and how it is constructed by language as well as interpreted, obscured, and negotiated by speaker and listener of language. Sociolinguistics. Sociolinguistics is concerned with language as a social and cultural phenomenon. Linguists of this area are interested in what Trudgill termed as the clue-bearing aspect of language, how we may form ideas about an individual based on particular feature of their accent or dialect. For instance, studying syntax. Syntax is one of the core areas of linguistic research and is the study of how words are ordered in human language. What rules are necessary to describe a particular language? And how can this rule differ across languages? So that's all, sir. Thank you. Bye bye.